the urine separator part, when there's no pressure on the seat, is sitting just ever so slightly within this gasket here. And when pressure is applied, in other words, when you sit down, then the urine separator goes down, and urine will then go down the pipe and run out the back. If you get any urine leaking out, there's a couple of possibilities. One is that people probably men, are using it without sitting down on the toilet. So if you don't sit down, the urine separators fully engage in here, and there's a potential for some leakage. The other possibility is that the gasket has degraded or has moved slightly over time, and so I want to show you how to take the gasket out to check it. Some of the things that you can do to sort of fully seal everything if you do get urine leaking, and if you need to change the gasket, how you can do that. So the gasket itself, if I remove it, okay, so this is the gasket, and as you can see, it's got a sort of thin wall, and then obviously this slightly thinner rubber here, which acts as a sort of seal. It doesn't need to be exactly sealed, but it just stops a little bit of splashing sort of coming back up. So that's the gasket itself. The way the gasket is fitted is there are two parts here. So you've got, as you can see here, this is the urine pipe, which is moving freely within this stand here, and the gasket fits on the outside of this part. So in other words, in this sort of shadow area here. So it fits between this part and this part. If the gasket isn't fully in place, then there's a possibility that some urine could actually go down between the two parts, and then it will come out here. Now, the chances of that happening are very slim, but they are increased by people not sitting down on the toilet. Because if you sit down on the toilet, then the separator will be within here, and urine will just go straight down. It's got nowhere else to go. It'll just go straight down that pipe. If people aren't sitting down, then the urine separator is sort of about here, as opposed to being further down, and so there is a slightly increased chance of urine being able to sort of get around the edge of the gasket, which, if it's not fitted correctly, then presents a problem. So I'll show you how to fit the gasket. The other thing you can do is if this problem persists, is you may end up having to, as a fallback or belt and braces, is to put some silicone sealant around here before you put the gasket in, because that will then just sort of stop any possibility of urine getting between the gasket. So to fit it, you can start one side. So you can see here there's a bit more of a gap, and I'll move this around to help things along. But I'm just going to put this at the back to start with, sorry, at the front, and feed it in. And I'm using my fingers. Obviously, this is an unused toilet. You may wish to wear rubber gloves, disposable gloves, something like that. So okay, so it's in completely at the front, and I can feel that is incorrectly there now. But round towards the back, it's a bit more tricky now. So I'm just going to twist it round. I'm trying to sort of move the pipe towards the front, and there we go. That's almost in, not quite. It looks like it's in, but actually putting my finger on the inside, I can feel that it's not completely in place. Okay, that's good, that's in place. So you can, as a sort of further belt and braces, put some silicone sealant on your finger, and effectively what you're doing, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but the edge of the move that light, might be able to see it. So the edge of this piece here, the edge of the collection part there, is just sort of putting some silicone around there, all the way around, which you could do with your finger, and that will be sort of belt and braces. If this part sort of gets a bit floppy, which it will do over time as it's used, I wouldn't worry too much about that, because it's just in case anything does sort of splash up, but the chances are very, very small. So I'd be more inclined to make sure that is a good seal than anything else. So that's what you do if any urine is coming out of the pipe at the bottom here. That's where it's likely to be coming from, and that's one way of solving it.